Like right now. Good evening, everybody. This is the Farmington Town Board meeting for January 28th, 2025. We have a full representation of the town board here tonight. Next on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Donna, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Donna. We do have a public hearing tonight on the local law to override the tax levy limit established by General Municipal Law 3C. I open that public hearing at this time. Are any questions? Michelle? Yes, please. Please read it.
Please take notice that a public hearing will be held by the town board, the town of Farmington, on the 28th day of January 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Farmington Town Hall, 1000 County Road 8, Farmington, New York, regarding the adoption of a local law which would permit the town board to adopt a budget for the 2026 fiscal year that requires a real property tax levy in the excess of amount otherwise prescribed in General Municipal Law, Section 3C. Any person shall be entitled to be heard upon said proposed local law at such public hearing. Copies of said proposed local law are available for review at the Town Farmington Town Hall, 1000 County Road 8, Farmington, New York. This by resolution of the town board, the town of Farmington.
Thank you. So on the little history on this, the tax levy limit, New York State enforced that law in 2011. So October 2011, this town board was the first time that they had the tax override resolution for the 2012 budget. So every year in January, we have this public hearing, and it's basically allowing us to override the tax levy limit in the future budget for the town. So, and at this time, anybody like to make a comment here in the room on the public hearing? Anybody online? Comment or question on the public hearing? Going once, going twice?
Just Pete, real quick, the other thing, doesn't necessarily mean we are going to go over the tax limit, but the way the state calculates the formula is always unclear, so this just kind of protects us from year to year.
Definitely does. Yep. So in the 95 budget, we're like 95,000 over the tax cap, but in some years we're under the tax cap. Yeah, thank you for bringing it up, Steve. All right, this time I'll close the public hearing. I need approval of the minutes next on the agenda for January 14th organizational meeting and the town board meeting on January 14th.
Second.
Wish my Mike, second by Steve. Any questions, corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All passed. Privilege of the floor. Susan, welcome.
My name is Susan Charland, the 327 Klein Road. And I'm here tonight to talk about the draft Town of Farmington Parks and Recreation Master Plan. I think what I wanted to do is just introduce this document and formally recommend its adoption to the town board. So on behalf of the volunteer committee that prepared this plan, we're very excited to present this and recommend it for adoption. We think this really represents the town's commitment to ongoing support for parks and recreation. This plan was put together by a committee of volunteers made up of residents and some technical advisors and town representatives. And we spent 6, 7, 8 months working through this, starting with, working on our existing conditions and then looking at our vision and then doing some public outreach and engagement through an online survey and public meeting. And then really trying to take all that vision and visioning and goals that we put together, and like put that into a concrete series of steps and actions, which you will see in this plan. So there's a cover letter in this document here that explains a little bit about how that process worked and who was part of it. And I think that's all I have to talk about and all that you need to hear. So I guess if there's any questions, they go to the board. Is there anything else that you would like?
Susan, no,
Yes.
the only thing I appreciate, your commitment is being the chairperson. And just for the record, I'll read the names that were part of this committee. Tim Ford, our park superintendent, highway superintendent, Jeff Ransco, the parks maintenance supervisor, Mark Kane, our town recreation director, Dan Delacroix, town court enforcement, Ronald Brand, director of plan and development. The actual master plan committee for the update was Susan as the chairperson, Julie LaRue, Adrian Bellis, Julie Maslin, Larry Potter, Sarah Weimer, and Leah Thomas. And we used special thanks to MRB consultants, Matt Sousa, Eric Cooper, Lance Bremen, and Mike Davis. So we appreciate everything the committee put into this project, including the public information meetings. And the town board will definitely take this and digest it over the next few weeks.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Any comments, someone? At this time, any other public concerns? Privilege of the floor? Any other public concerns? Anybody online, public concerns? Okay, reports to standing committee, Public Works.
Yeah, Public Works, met this morning, our usual time. We got our update from water and sewer and the highway and parks. I'll start with water and sewer. We did get our quote from Dansford for the heat exchanger. It needed to be itemized a little better, so we knew where it was standing. The heater in the influence building, still needs a fan motor. We had a DEC inspection done, and there were some questions that needed to be answered. They're working on that. The final clarifier is finally back online, and they're working on the secondary clarifier, repairing the scraper arm. They're doing ongoing maintenance and lift stations. We had to rebuild a gearbox on their salter. They're doing manhole inspections. The work on Collett Road and Mertentia Road. Collett Road is finished, and Mertentia Road is going on this week. They still have an issue with some sewer smell over on Loomis Road. They have one resolution. Talk about that if we need to when it comes up. As far as highway, ongoing maintenance, plowing and salting roads. They're mixing the salt and magic together. They're doing some IDDE training. They're repairing mailboxes. Let's see. They're doing traffic signs that were knocked down. The sign for the bridge closing and stuff. They're doing some assembly on them. They've been working on cleaning up the shop in the highway bay. Let's see, we got one guy doing some driver training for CDL. Parks are out plowing and salting, service summary equipment, repairing and painting picnic tables and benches. And they're working on heating issues at the highway and the court. They have one resolution, talk about that one necessary, if necessary. That's it.
Thank you, Ron. Town operations.
Town operations met this morning. There's gonna be another round of transportation alternative program funding, this spring. And we're trying to figure out a way of getting into the second round and completing the trail connection. Will be the next month, the town will be updating the sidewalk trail master plan, map in anticipation of the next round. The Ag Advisory Committee met, they had an open meeting with about 15 landowners and farmers. It was last Thursday afternoon. It was well attended, and I think some good things were accomplished. That is actually on YouTube if anybody wants to see it. See how it went. Next Thursday, I'm sorry, February 20th, on the Thursday evening, we're gonna have a next meeting concerning the conservation easements for the local landowners, owners, and to finalize the ACOD regulations. That'll be the Agriculture Advisory Committee. There are town code amendments that they're still working on. The Town Parks and Recreation Update Committee presented us tonight with this, and you to go over and to discuss it, and we'll have make a decision on the formal adoption process. I have a couple of things, as far as the building department, they were looking into the different software systems, and I think they decided on going one particular one that sounds like it may be user-friendly, very complete, and combine some of the programs, so we're not spending two different prices for two different programs from the same company. I think the rest of it, Dan will go over, and Ron will go over his bit. Everything else is online. That's all we have.
Thanks, Mike. All right, reports of other town officials, supervisor. The only thing I have to report tonight is the Teamster contract that we've been negotiating over the past few months. We finalized the wording today, send that out tomorrow, and the members of the Teamsters in Water and Sewer will vote on it, review it, and vote on it Monday. We're also closer to hiring a water and sewer superintendent. We've had a couple rounds of interviews, and I'll be meeting with the board's choice, hopefully late Thursday afternoon. And that's all I have. Highway and Parks.
Well, we're nearing the end of January, so I'll give you an update on our salt usage. So every year we put in an order of 4,500 ton. We have to take 70% of that, which is 3,150 ton. Right now we're at 1,603 ton. My last order that I put in on January 10th for 640, I've only gotten like 300 ton of that, about half of it. So, but it's been coming in steady. We're fine on the salt. We still have plenty in the barn. I also we've ordered the Magic. I'll order another 5,000 gallon in February. That'll be our last order for the year. Normally go through 15,000 gallons of the Magic that we mix with the salt, and put that order in 1st of February, and we'll be done for the season. Make sure we empty the tank because we don't like it sitting in there in the summer.
Yeah, obviously, the colder it is, the more you use the Magic.
Yeah, the Magic really helps when it's cold, and it's been cold.
Sure is.
Usually when it gets down into the 20s, 20 or below, we try to use the ground.
Thank you. Done.
Well, obviously it's January, so we're still busy collecting taxes and water and sewer. Right now, we're at a little over 4.7 million collected, and we're still waiting for the banks. So the next couple of days will be super busy if they all come in, and that's it.
All right, thank you. Water and sewer, Robin.
RG&E has finally contacted us about the upgrades for the pump stations in Victor. And so we can move forward. They've been waiting for quite a while for RG&E to contact us. And I put them in touch with CP Ward to go forward with that, so that they can get their concrete poured before the gas comes up to the pad.
All right, good. Building and zoning, Dan.
We've been very busy, working with Ron.
and some of the other departments on code updates, to multiple chapters, which should be forthcoming to this board here in February. And as Mike alluded to, we've been in a lot of demonstrations for software, which tonight we have a draft resolution in front of the board to move forward with one of the software companies we think would be the best for the building department.
Is it?
That's it.
All right, head planning board.
Certainly, our next meeting will be, we'll have a letter of credit. We'll also declare whether the Victor Farmington Volunteer Ambulance Corps Station 2 is ready to move forward. We're gonna be discussing some seeker issues on the Alexander Shear preliminary subdivision plat application. We got letters from the New York State DOH, New York State DEC, and natural fuel gas, which we hope we'll get by then. Then we'll be looking at, as staff has said, chapter 144 land subdivision code, and then at draft local law for short-term rentals and for commuter lot parking regulations. So that'll keep us busy.
Sounds good, thank you. Ron, Director of Planning and Development.
Yeah, the only thing I want to add is the town ops report has been posted today on the website. All of the items have been updated. We look forward to meeting with the planning board here on this February 5th to discuss some of these local laws and to discuss in more detail the issues that surround the Alexander Shear subdivision application. That's it.
Great, thank you. Our engineer, Bill.
Yep, a couple updates, Cranberry Drive, be ready to put that out to bid and provide a bid schedule, the first meeting in February. Running Brook drainage, we've updated a concept plan there, so we'll have something for the town to review on that soon as well. They did a tie-in on the Colette Mertensia water main project today. And I believe tomorrow they have something, right? Another tie-in, and then they'll start services, so getting close there. And the Route 332 water project that was under design has been submitted to the Department of Health and DOT for approval.
Okay. And hopefully we can let that contract this year to close it out. Thank you. Assessor Donna, welcome.
Thank you. So I had submitted a 2024 year in review. Excuse me. I'm just gonna go over a couple of the highlights. Carolyn started with me in October. She's doing amazing. She's keeping herself very busy, or we're very busy with exemptions, stuff like that, but 2024 started the revale, and it's really a good thing I did the revale because I got the numbers in from the state yesterday. Our equalization rate would have been 83 had I not done this revale. So we were at 94 this year, we would have dropped to 83. What that says is sales are still super strong. They are not slowing down. What used to be an average sale price in the town of like 200,000 was average. It's now on a single family residence, it's now almost 370,000. That's an average selling price. It's insane. We had 161 arm's length sales. That's a willing buyer and a willing seller on an open market. And there was also 94 non-arm's length sales. And what those are, could be either a foreclosure sale or a relative sale, an estate sale. I don't use those for valuation. 140 residential sales was the biggie. Like I said, 369,600 is crazy to me. When I started a house in Farmbrook, well, the first time I was here, a typical house in Farmbrook was assessed at 125,000. Now it's around 250,000. It's insane. It's not slowing down. A lot of people say the market's slowing down. It really isn't in this town. So that's regarding the sales, the exemptions. You know, The Star is not an exemption. We're busy with a lot of, senior exemptions. We have 117 that we granted. Ag's 194, veterans 364, alternative and 34 cohort. So for the rest of this year, I'm about 80 to 85% done with the revale. My goal is to get the notices out by mid to end of March. The whole month of April, I'll be meeting with people. Carolyn is busy doing file bound stuff because when the file's transferred, it's just listed as documents. So when we get a call, we have to look for a deed, we've got to go through let's say my file, I have 150 pieces of paper in my file and file bound. It's listed as document 1, 2, 3. It's not very friendly to try to find when you got a lawyer who's closing or whatever. So she's been doing that as well. So it's busy, it's not slowing down. And that's pretty much the year in review and brief overview of this year.
You can, Don. Anybody have a question for Don? All right, great. Nobody from Recreation tonight and Agriculture Advisory Committee, nobody tonight. Monthly report on that. The ag. Communications are on file, reports and minutes are on file. Next item is the resolution. So the first one is a resolution authorizing adoption by the town board of the town of Farmington, local law number 2 of 2025 entitled the local law overrides the tax levy limit established in the general limits of law, section 3C, and it requires a roll call vote.
So moved.
Second. Mike, and second by Ron.
Supervisor Engelsby,
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman,
Aye.
Councilman Herendeen.
Aye.
Councilman Casella.
Aye.
Councilman Halls.
Thank you. Motion passed. Resolution 2 is also the resolution authorizing the adoption of a budget for fiscal year 2026 on behalf of the special districts and fire districts, fire protection districts. For the schedule and main part of here is the real property tax levy in excess to the amount otherwise prescribed in general municipal law 3C. It also requires a roll call vote. Motion by Nate. Second by Steve.
Supervisor Engelsby,
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman.
Aye.
Councilman Herendeen.
Aye.
Councilman Casella. Councilman Halls.
Pass, thank you. Resolution 3 is to purchase one new and unused EH3000D plug hub fire hydrant cleaning system.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. This is a budgeted item. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. Fourth is a resolution authorizing a budget amendment and relating funds.
So moved.
Motion by Mike, second by Nate. Any questions on those? It involves Farmbrook, Delhaven, Hathaway, Mercer, Hook Road, and Auburn Meadows. All in favor? Aye. I is a resolution to recall and amend resolution number 430 of 2024 for the purchase of meters, endpoints, and encoders.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Steve. Again, we had it, the original was a quote, and then Smith's shipped us an additional 10 coders and 8 meters over and above. So we'll definitely use them, so that's the reason for the change. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 6, a resolution authorizing electronic withdrawal of the paychecks monthly and fees. So,
Second.
and this will be $89.44. All in favor?
Aye.
7 is a resolution waiving the potential lodge fees for Cobblestone Arts Center adults with disabilities, art classes for various dates in January, February, and March.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Steve. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. 8th resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign a consultant agreement with Fisher's Associates for Wood Drive Bridge for the East Branch of Beaver Creek. And this is a replacement project in 4B, New York, 1.86. And this is at a cost of not to exceed 252,000 for the consultant to be the engineer. Oh.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Steve. Again, this will be designed here in 2025 and hopefully have funds for construction in 2026 of the Wood Drive Village near County Road 41. All in favor?
Aye.
Nine is a resolution authorizing the purchase of office furniture, training room furniture, and boardroom furniture for the town hall from Workplace Interiors. This is for the lower level of the town hall. Cost not to exceed $25,405.49.
So moved.
Motion by William, second by Nate. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And as a resolution authorizing the purchase of office furniture for the building department from Workplace Interiors at a cost not to exceed $12,511.42. So,
Second.
motion by Nate, second by Ron. Any questions on this one? And again, just to confirm, both resolutions are under New York State contract.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 11 is a resolution of sympathy for the Pym family.
All.
Thank you. I'd like to read this, where the town board was deeply saddened to learn of the untimely passing of Ronald Pym. And well, as Ronald worked as an MEO in the highway department for 34 years, from 1968 until 2002. Now therefore be resolved, the town board adopts this resolution extending its sincere sympathy to the Pym family and spreading his memory on the minutes of this board meeting. And be it further resolved, that the town clerk forward a copy of this resolution to Ronald's stepson, Richard Smith, and his family located in Jacksonville, Florida. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Also, a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign the union contract for water and sewer employees represented by the International Brotherhood of Teamsters Local 118. Once the employees have approved it. So, motion by Nate, second by Ron. Again, I want to thank Deputy Supervisor Steve Olson for working with me over the last 3-4 months on this. We have a couple of meetings of 3 hours each with the union negotiating the contract. So, as I mentioned earlier, I think all the words are fixed in the contract and the membership will be able to vote on it on Monday. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 13 is resolution waiving the retention lodge fee for the South Farmington Friends Cemetery Foundation. This will be on May 3rd for a pancake breakfast fundraiser.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Steve. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
And Ron abstains. 14, resolution confirming a change order pin 4764.41 Farmington Sidewalk Trail Connection Phase 1 project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Steve. This is just a change order of time. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 15 is abstract 2 for 2025 to pay the bills. General fund, $486,985.18. Highway fund, $72,015.61. County Road 8 water line project, $2,343.75. Route 33296 water line, $4,500. Town Hall capital project, $481.91. Retention water line, $2,187.50. Water tank repair, $235,450.82. Route 332 and collect water line, $272,156.25. Storm drainage, $10,337.28. Fire protection district, $317,427.33. Lighting District, $8,629.47. Sewer District, $404,635.51. Water District, $109,452.98. Payroll deductions, $8,965.82. Total abstract, $2,235,569.41. Can I have a motion to approve, please?
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Mike. Any questions, abstentions? All in favor? Aye. 8,2 million, second meeting of the year, but it is what it is. There's no training listed. $100, is there, we have nothing here on this discussion. Is there any questions online or in the audience here? Or is any other concerns you might have thought of? Hearing none, waiver of the rule, any objections to waiver of the rule? Hearing none, we have one waiver, resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign the software license agreement and appendix A from Iowa or Q for the building department at a cost not to exceed $18,000. So, second. Where's my name, second by Wayne. Any questions on that? And then this agreement does lock the company and us into a 5-year guarantee of the $18,000 every year, so we won't see an increase for at least 5 years. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yes. All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Nate, second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Attending. See.